Welcome to our first ever virtual product keynote at C3. Though we can't be together in person this year, we're excited to be here today to share the latest innovation from Conductor. I'm AJ Kiefer and I'm a product marketer. I'm also a New Yorker and most definitely a conductor. And I'm looking forward to being your guide for this virtual experience. We at Conductor see this as a time of expansion and evolution for our platform. For the first time, we're reaching far beyond our existing solution in a search for something bigger. We want to create more value for all of you guys, fellow marketers, my people. Hearing from our customers, all of you, is what excites us. Not just the good stuff like, your platform's awesome, which we do love to hear that, but also the things that maybe aren't going so great. We want to know the challenges that you're facing, difficulties you're having getting your team excited about SEO or SEO sold into your organization, pain points you're feeling in your workflows. Hearing from all of you gives us fuel and creates those sparks that helps us build better solutions. And we know there's a lot of wisdom packed in every brand and every marketing team, and definitely your marketing team. And one of the best ways to unlock that knowledge is to get content out there, content that connects customers with the information that they're looking for. And with 20 billion searches made every day, there's a lot of customer needs to address and countless answers to provide back to humanity, which by the way is also all of us. In the current state of the world, now more than ever, people are turning to search with even bigger questions. It's definitely the right time to be providing as many answers as possible. Today, we're excited to introduce you to the latest innovations from Conductor and the future of our platform, tackling some of the biggest challenges marketers face. From crafting powerful content, to taking action on recommendations and insights, to unlocking the ROI of marketing, which we know is a big challenge. We're all about putting customers at the center of marketing, and we take that pretty seriously ourselves. In the next 20 minutes or so, you're gonna hear from some great conductors on all the awesome stuff that we're building for you. Here to kick us off with all new innovation for content intelligence is me. Hi again, it's me, AJ, we just met. As a marketer, I get a lot of data, and if I'm lucky, insights about customers in my inbox and Slack. But if your days are anything like mine, which I'm sure they are, there really isn't much time to dig into anything. In marketing, time is kind of like our Achilles heel. Time for crafting a strategy, time for ideating new content, time for learning about what your customers are looking for. We simply just don't have enough of it. So how do you know what's going to provide the most value for your customers? How do you know what content to write about and what topics are going to be important? As a busy marketer, you may not even know which questions to ask all the time, which can be kind of frustrating. Our vision is to change all of that and help you make high-impact customer-first content at scale. Today, we're excited to announce Sage, Conductor's all-new intelligence engine for content guidance. Sage will work behind the scenes of your workflow, analyzing and curating tens of thousands of factors that make content successful, like customer intent, and what your competitors are writing about, and even things like what makes a good page a good page. Sage takes all this information and serves up recipes on what to write and how to write it. This is fundamentally different than anything available to marketers today. Other solutions simply show you which keywords are being searched for, leaving you to sift through the data and take your best guess on what to write about, which is pretty frustrating. We're taking this not one, but 10 steps further. Sage answers the question, what's the best way to help my customers and how exactly should I create content for them? The first place we're bringing Sage to life is our flagship platform, Conductor Searchlight. We want to make this really simple. Start by telling us the topic you want to rank for or a page you want to make better, or even both, which is pretty cool. Let me show you how it works. These days, people around the world are using video chat as a way to connect. I'm sure we all know that. If I'm a marketer, let's say for a growing video conferencing startup, you're probably looking to create more content so customers know all the different ways to use your solution, both in the virtual office and for the virtual happy hours, which from personal experience I can tell you are much more fun. You want to make sure your content is helping customers find the best solutions for them, and of course that your brand is visible on search engines when they search. Let's enter enterprise video conferencing and an existing page, in this case a blog post, your secret weapon for remote meetings. Sage has been combing through everything we know about topics related to video conferencing and the content that's already out there, and has distilled insights and recommendations for your content. You can see that the content ranking in the space is actually considered lower quality based on Conductor's new proprietary content health score. More on that later. That means there's probably a big opportunity for some higher quality content. It also looks like higher ranking content out there has some shared characteristics that you may want to emulate or use to be competitive, like keeping your word count on the shorter side. Business leaders are probably pressed for time and want quicker answers. Without content guidance, you may have invested in longer form blog posts. Now you know to keep it short and simple. You can even drill in and see the data we use to make the insights and recommendations. So if we tell you to optimize your title tags, we'll also show you the keywords your competitors are using to help you benchmark. And of course, we know our platform isn't the only tool you use throughout your day. Super excited to introduce content guidance in Slack. All you need to do is type in a few words and you'll get the full force of Sage in Slack. I'm really excited about this one. Ask Sage about a topic or a page you want to look into. These days, everyone seems to be picking up new indoor hobbies, like my recent ill-fated attempt at bread making. Welcome to the Conductor Great Baking Show. As a marketer for, let's say, a beer brewing company making home kits, something I haven't tried yet, you're probably looking to reach more customers during this time. You can ask Sage in Slack what to write about. Here, Sage has elevated insights about at-home beer brewing content. It seems like a lot of the content out there features photos and embedded how-to videos. This tells us you definitely need video content to be competitive and should be targeting video-focused result types. Without Sage, you may have chosen a different format like editorial or influencer. Something I really love about Sage is that it's always getting smarter, and that's because of all of you. Tell Sage if the insight was helpful or not, and this becomes one of the thousands of factors that guides future content. We're excited about Sage and content guidance. If you're a customer and would like to join the waitlist for our upcoming beta, reach out to your Conductor team. We'd love to have you. Hey there, me again. Don't worry, I'm going to introduce someone new this time. As I just talked about, we want to make your workflows more connected, more intelligent, and of course, more actionable. Helping marketers to take action and actually execute is one of our biggest priorities. Here today is Conductor's Michael Rubino, Director of Product, to tell you about how we're helping marketers take action in all new ways.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in. Now, SEO, as we know, is a highly interconnected discipline, but it's usually championed by one or just a few savvy people at an organization. Talking about you all. Now, getting it done, though, that takes a village, right? From the IT team to implement your content team, brand marketing even sometimes, your social team, a lot of people end up getting involved. What we know is that when these teams do come together effectively, the result is that SEO can be the most reliable, effective, efficient channel out there. Now, we know this at Conductor. We've seen it work really well for our customers. And so we believe that the future of SEO, great SEO, is doing it in-house. Now, not every organization, though, has a ton of people working in SEO, right? Actually, the norm, as I'm sure all of you are aware, is small teams with massive responsibility areas. We also know this, and our goal at Conductor is to help these in-house teams get more done more effectively than they were able to ever before. So last year, we introduced Actions, which is essentially our way of connecting Conductor Searchlight and everything that we offer through to the task management platforms that you and your broader team use. So whether you are sending a to-do over to Asana or to Trello, or a new ticket to implement a change off to your IT team through Jira, you can get it done with Conductor. Now, you'll also be able to send items and tasks off to Workfront if that's what you use. Or even if you're creating a new content brief inside of Conductor Searchlight, you can share it with your copywriters through Google Docs with the click of a button. Now, working with Conductor does not just give you access to what we consider the best SEO technology out there. We are also literally expanding your team around you through what we call Orchestra. How many of you are on a team that has the same number of people on it month over month? Yeah, because teams tend to be consistent. But is the same amount of work that you have to do just as consistent over time? Rarely. Now, during those peaks in work, you can either go out and hire an agency and sign a new 12-month contract with them, all of that. But that is a headache, and it tends to be a heavy lift in and of itself. With Conductor, you get Orchestra included. With us, you get to say, Whatever you need to get done, whether that's a new content optimization or changing metadata on a page, investigating an up-and-coming competitor that's new on the scene, or creating a new piece of content, we will help you get it done so that your team can punch above its weight. Or maybe you can throw more punches. We're giving you more fists so that you can throw more punches. Yeah. Anyway, that's just the beginning. I'm excited to announce that today we're introducing a whole new way for you to get work done in the Conductor platform. You can get access to all of the Orchestra deliverables that I just mentioned, as well as now new add-ons from our best-in-class partners. Now, these partners are companies that Conductor and our customers have worked with for years. They are heavily vetted to provide spectacular results. In Conductor, you can browse through them, pick and choose based on whatever it is that you're trying to get done. This stuff also goes way beyond baseline SEO. So do you need someone to create new content for you? You can get it one-off from Text Broker. Or if you need help supercharging your next PPC ad campaign, we got that for you on the list as well. Do you need someone to strategize your upcoming social campaign as well? That's here. We've got you covered. So you can pick and choose right when you need it inside of Conductor platform. And best of all, this is included through your relationship with Conductor. So you never have to worry about contracts or new hours to bill, any of that. And it's seamlessly tracked and integrated inside of Conductor platform. When I say seamlessly, I literally mean seamlessly. Wherever you are in the platform, Conductor is going to suggest the most relevant next steps or actions for you to take to get work done. You can take action whatever way works best for you. So whether that's from our Orchestra team helping you out, or our partners, or just doing it on your own. All right, check it out. I am on the Page Insights report within Conductor Searchlight. This is kind of like a performance report that gives you an overview of how any page on your website is doing from a search perspective. So you can see the search visibility, you can see the visits and traffic that it's getting, conversions, as well as like any change that happens in the HTML of the page over time, really the whole shebang. This report is also getting a boatload of new enhancements, by the way. But knowing how your page performs, I consider that table stakes. What I've learned for years working with Conductor's customers building marketing technology is that you want to know not just how a page is performing, but actually what to do about it next. What I've heard is like, if only there was an easy button. Well, now there literally is. Click this button here on any report in Searchlight, and you're going to see a list of the actions that we recommend you take based on whatever report it is you're on. It's essentially like a list of the things that you might want to do next. So from here, if this page that I was looking at was underperforming, I can go ahead and create a new optimization brief, add the change data that I want in here, and then send it off to my team in Workfront for implementation. Or if I don't have too much time right now, I can simply leave myself a note to follow up on later. And remember how I said it takes a village? Well, Orchestra and our partner offerings are also integrated into this same place here, so that you can have your Orchestra team or a partner run an investigation or an optimization on your behalf with just the click of a button. No need for waiting for your next strategy call in a week or two or starting yet another email thread. Orchestra and our partner offerings are all available today in Conductor Searchlight. So if you're interested to start a conversation about it, reach out to your Conductor team and we'll help you out.
Surprise, I'm back. So you just took action and you created a lot of new content. Now that you've hit publish, your content is live on the World Wide Web. But how do you know if it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, both on your marketing goals and as a helpful resource for customers? Here to share how we're thinking big when it comes to content is Director of Product, Jean McCabe.
Hey everyone, I'm gonna get things started with a super hot take, which is that content is evolving. It's no longer just a website or a blog post or even a product description. It could be a YouTube video or a social post or a press release or anything really that relates to your brand and that you care how people are finding it and how people are interacting with it. So essentially, content is everything and it lives everywhere. Marketers like yourselves might be responsible for creating and managing and distributing content across tons of different parts of the digital ecosystem. But we know that understanding the total cumulative value of all that content to your brand remains one of marketing's great mysteries. This might seem obvious. You might be listening to me and thinking, that was not a hot take, Jean. That was a lukewarm take at best. Fine, But if it's so obvious, then why don't other SEO platforms acknowledge it and allow you to track all that content across the internet, no matter where it lives, instead of boxing you into just tracking your own domain as your content? At Conductor, we care enormously about being ahead of that curve for you. That's why today we're unrolling digital presence tracking, which is something that's available now in Conductor Searchlight that allows you to track your content no matter where it lives on the internet. Look, realistically, we know that people are interacting with your content all across the web, and not just on your own website, and we want to make sure that the reporting that you do reflects that reality. So as of today, with digital presence tracking, you can track anything that matters to your brand as your own content. That could be any number of things. It could be third-party distributors like Amazon. It could be affiliate or review sites. It could be blog posts that you do with your partners. It could be earned media. It could be social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Visco. I don't know what those last two are, but I threw them in there in case there are any 16-year-olds on the line who need to know that I'm still cool. No other platform is going to allow you this kind of visibility and control over your content. And at the end of the day, we think that kind of visibility can be the difference between knowledge and obliviousness. So let's work through an example of this. Let's say that you are a digital marketer at Team Labs, which is the hottest new collaboration and productivity software that I just invented. Because what this world needs is like more digital productivity and collaboration softwares. We don't have enough of them. So let's say you're a marketer there and you realize one day that for your most important search term, which is productivity software, your domain is only ranking number 2. And you freak out. You're like, who is eating my lunch? Is it Jira? Is it Asana? Is it Trello? Is it Slack? I need to go on a deep dive, find out what they're doing in their content and do it better than them so that I can beat them into the ground. But then you realize that because you're using Conductor Searchlight, you can see that the person who's eating your lunch and in that top spot is in fact your own Twitter profile. So now your whole view on this changes. You realize, in fact, your worst problem is figuring out which of your amazing web properties you want to rank higher, because clearly you're already owning this search term. Essentially, we think that you can't properly evaluate the competitive landscape unless you're paying attention to all the different places that your content lives and all the different places your competitors' content lives, so you can see where you're truly winning and where you need to work. So now that you can see the big picture of all your content, we want to help you organize it and interpret it. Introducing your digital presence. This is where you can use this as the central nervous system of your Searchlight reporting. You can see the impact of your content. And when we say impact, we don't just mean the impact on your business and your revenue, although obviously that's super important. We also mean the impact on the lives of your current and future customers. Because at Conductor, we have always been about the human side of marketing. We want to make sure that every time you use our platform, you're reminded of the human lives that you're impacting using your content every time someone finds you and interacts with you. So let's go back to our Team Labs example. If you're the digital marketing manager at Team Labs, we want to make sure that you can understand like all the different hours of productivity across the world that you've helped people generate and all the different items that you've helped people check off their to-do lists, in addition to helping you understand, how does your increase in search visibility translate to a higher click-through rate, better traffic, and more conversions on your website. And we want to make sure that you can do all that without logging into 3 different platforms and cobbling everything together by hand. Essentially what I'm saying is, we want to make you so effective at reporting that you wouldn't be allowed within 100 yards of a White House press briefing. In addition to that, we want to make sure that you have really great change logs, because one of the great truths of marketing is that the input into all of these, into the success of your content, is the effort that you, the marketer, put in. We want to make sure that every time you do something, we can tell you, hey, you did something, and here was the outcome of that within each report. So we're expanding our suite of offerings around content activity reporting to reflect more and different kinds of events and activities so that you can bank on Searchlight as your source of truth in reporting on your marketing impact. How does that work? You might well ask. It works like magic. It essentially makes sure that anytime you make a change to any element on your website, we will pick that up automatically and surface it in your reporting. Then, anytime you see a spike or a drop in a metric that you care about, you can drill in instantly and see what kind of changes happened that might have contributed to that change. Then, if it turns out that the real cause was outside something that happened on your actual website, like a marketing campaign or a product release that your company did, then you can go through that investigation, tell us or take a note and say, this is what happened, I figured it out, I'm a genius and I know exactly why everything happens. And then you have that for your own future reference, in addition to anyone else on your team who might log in and say, hey, why did this spike happen? That helps you collaborate, but it also helps you track cause and effect, which is, as we know, one of the harder things to track in organic marketing. So to get started in understanding the whole wide world of your content, hit up your Conductor team. We are so excited to work with you to grow your marketing impact.
We've just shown you how we're taking bold steps to transform your marketing with Conductor Searchlight. Next, we're taking Conductor beyond Searchlight to the place I bet a lot of you spend most of your digital time, Google Chrome. I'm excited to introduce Marina Yaspi, Senior Director of UX.
Hi everyone, thanks so much for watching. You've heard a lot today about the insights and powerful search data that Conductor provides, and we want you to be able to get that search intelligence into the hands of everyone across your entire business. Many organizations have probably only one or maybe two people who are dedicated to SEO. But actually, anyone who touches your website and digital content needs to be thinking about it, whether they're writing copy, designing pages, or even creating and naming new products. We know that not everyone is a technical SEO expert, so our goal is to provide really simple and actionable insights and make it totally frictionless for everyone to access the information by getting it in a place where they're already doing their work, like a browser. That's why today we're excited to introduce Conductor for Google Chrome. It's the most intelligent and intuitive browser extension ever created. Using our extension will bring you closer to your customers because you'll be able to understand their intent and channel their voice into all your marketing, and your whole business will be able to be customer first. We took the best of our technology from Conductor Searchlight and infused it directly into the browser, so that for the first time, everything you and your team need to uncover new opportunities from search, investigate what your competitors are doing, optimize the technical site health, and be productive is possible right from your browser. Now I'm so excited to show you some of the things that you can do with the extension. We're looking at a blog post from Bed Bath & Beyond about setting up an in-home coffee station. I love this blog post. I don't know about you guys, but coffee is literally the thing that's getting me through these days. Anyway, right away at the top of this page, you can see how well this post is performing and get quick alerts about potential issues like drops in rank or traffic. The extension deconstructs in real time how a page works to help you understand its overall structure, like header tags, meta description, images and links that appear, and how that impacts the readability and user experience of the page. Most other SEO extensions that I've seen are built for very technical users, and they can feel complex and intimidating. Our vision was to design something easy for every marketer without sacrificing those powerful insights. And one of the ways we do that is with a page health check. It does all the work for you by analyzing over 50 different factors to ensure that your content has the best chance to get found. On this blog post, the health check score is only moderate, which means that the page may not be fully optimized. We can see several critical issues like missing alt tags and poor page speed. Next, I want to show you one of the most exciting things we've built in the extension: keyword research directly in your browser. This will change the way you do keyword research by embedding it directly in the context of any page you're looking at, whether it's yours or a competitor's. First, check out the keywords that the page is already ranking for and identify opportunities to improve its visibility, or just see where competitors are showing up and you're not. This blog post actually doesn't seem to be doing well at all, so let's see if we can find better keywords that more closely align with what people are really searching for when it comes to their in-home coffee needs. With embedded keyword research, you can highlight any phrase on a page and get on-demand data like related keywords, what questions people have about that topic, and overall audience demand. It's an entirely new way to do customer-first research, and it will help you find better words to translate your content into your audience's voice. It looks like actually 3 times as many people look for coffee bar as opposed to coffee station. That's a great example of an opportunity to better align this page with our audience. Finally, as a designer, I can tell you that in addition to writing great content, it's also super important to consider how it looks when people first come across it. In the case of a page, that's the title, meta description, and image that get displayed in search results and social posts. It's like the label on a bottle of shampoo on the store shelf. It's the first thing that people see about your content, and so you want it to look great and stand out. With our Chrome extension, you can quickly try out different labels for your page to ensure it always makes the right first impression. As you and your team use this browser extension, we want to ensure you have a seamless workflow. The extension is fully integrated with Actions in the Conductor platform, which Michael spoke a lot about earlier. That means anytime you see a change that needs to be made or just get an idea for something new, you can send it directly to your task management solution, share it with your team in a content brief, or just track it for more in-depth reporting later on in Searchlight, all with just a click of a button. I can't wait for you to try out Conductor for Google Chrome. The extension is available now in beta for all Conductor customers, and you can download it today and get it into the hands of your entire org. And we're not slowing down. It's a huge investment area for us, and we'll be rolling out even more exciting enhancements throughout the coming year.
Thanks for tuning into our virtual product keynote. As you just saw, we've got big plans for this year. We've showed you our all-new content guidance solution, Sage, coming both to Conductor Searchlight and Slack, helping you make great content with ease. Michael showed you how we're making it seamless to take action directly in our platform with on-demand strategic service offerings from Orchestra, our team of digital marketing experts, and now with offerings from our highly vetted partners. Jean showed you how we're rethinking content as just about everything with digital presence, and how we're expanding content activity reporting, one of our fan favorite features. And Marina showed off our all-new browser extension, Conductor for Google Chrome. This will make everyone at your company an SEO and do SEO the right way. We're so excited to bring you these innovations this year. If you're interested in joining a beta or just want to see any of this in action, reach out to the Conductor team or check out our C3 2020 Experience Hub, where you can learn more about our product and share everything you saw with your team. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in person next year at C3 2021.